All right, so welcome to another deep dive.
Excited to be here.
Today we're heading to Concordia.
Ooh, Concordia.
But before you start picturing, beaches and cocktails,
Right.
this Concordia is a little different.
A little different, yeah.
We're talking about the world that Dmitrii Gorbatenko created in his article, The Manufactured Utopia.
Oh, I love that article. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fascinating one.
Yeah.
So imagine, gleaming towers and sunny skies
Okay.
and smiles, everywhere you look.
Sounds pretty good so far.
Right. It does sound idyllic, but it's like a perfectly filtered Instagram picture. All right.
I see where you're going with this.
Things aren't always as they seem.
Exactly. And that's what's so brilliant about this piece.
Right.
Gorbatenko uses this seemingly perfect setting
Yeah.
to explore some really uncomfortable truths
Yeah.
about social control.
It is. It's very, very clever.
It really is.
And he introduces this concept called the Social Harmony Index, or SHI.
The SHI.
Which is basically like
a social credit score.
yeah, but on steroids.
On steroids, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just about your finances either.
No.
We're talking about tracking every
Little thing.
every interaction,
Every purchase.
every comment you make online.
Oh, yeah, it's intense.
All of that data goes into this score,
Yeah.
your SHI score, and then that determines
Yeah.
your access to resources and opportunities.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Oh, I don't even want to imagine.
Your whole life is dictated by this algorithm,
Yeah.
constantly judging your every move.
It's like Big Brother.
It is. It's that constant surveillance,
Yeah.
that pressure to conform.
Do you think you could thrive?
In that kind of system?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think I could.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
But that's Gorbatenko's point.
Right.
He's saying that this constant surveillance, this
Yeah.
judgment, it creates a society where individuality is stifled
Right.
and dissent is practically eradicated.
It's like you're constantly walking on eggshells.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet,
And yet,
Concordia is presented as visually stunning.
right.
The article talks about these gleaming towers
Yes.
and these happy billboards,
Yeah.
this illusion of prosperity.
It's like those over-the-top utopian communities you see in movies.
Yeah.
All shiny surfaces and forced smiles.
Exactly.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Gorbatenko reveals
What does he reveal?
that a lot of those buildings are empty.
What?
Empty shells, just
What?
facades
Oh, wow.
to maintain this illusion of
I
perfection.
bet it's
Even those happy faces on the billboards,
Why?
they're actors performing for the cameras.
wow. So it's all just,
It makes you think
Yeah.
what happens to the people who don't fit in?
yeah, where do they go?
Exactly.
That's a good question.
It's a question that Gorbatenko kind of leaves us with.
Yeah.
But he does hint
Yeah.
at some pretty grim consequences for those with low SHI scores.
Like what?
Being shipped off to the fringes of society.
Wow.
It's a pretty chilling thought.
It is.
And to enforce all of this control,
Yeah.
he introduces these figures.
Okay.
It's the Smiths.
The Smiths. Okay.
They're described as
What?
emotionless enforcers dressed in black.
Oh, wow.
They're constantly patrolling.
Oh, gosh.
They're like this physical reminder
Yeah.
of the state's power and the consequences of stepping out of line.
So it's like.
Imagine that constant sense of dread,
Yeah.
knowing that any misstep
Mhm.
could bring the Smiths to your door.
Yeah. It's
like,
it's pretty creepy.
yeah, it's making this whole utopia thing feel a lot
More
more.
like a dystopia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there is a glimmer of hope.
Okay. I was hoping there would be.
In the midst of all this control, this surveillance,
Yeah.
the article mentions a resistance group
Oh, interesting.
called the Unrated.
The Unrated. Okay.
They're fighting against this fabricated reality.
Wow.
They're risking everything
Wow.
to expose the truth.
So even in this super controlled society,
Yeah.
there's still people who are like,
There's always pushback.
no, we're not gonna stand for this.
Exactly.
Interesting. The Unrated are fascinating, right?
They are, yeah.
They represent this inherent human desire,
For what?
freedom, authenticity.
Even in the face of.
Yeah, even when it seems like
Yeah.
it's impossible.
It's like they're saying, you can control our bodies,
Yeah,
but you can't control our minds.
exactly. And their very existence
Mm-hmm.
challenges this idea
Yeah.
that you can have a perfectly controlled society
Right.
and just erase dissent.
Yeah, because there's always going
There's
to
always going to be that pushback. Yeah, that's really powerful.
It is.
Okay, so to recap, We've got this
Yeah.
seemingly utopian society,
Right.
but it's built on this system of,
Constant surveillance.
yeah,
And judgment.
we've got the Smiths
Yeah, those creepy Smiths.
patrolling the streets.
Yeah.
We've got this illusion of perfection
Right.
that's masking a much darker reality.
Exactly.
And then we've got this,
Glimmer of hope.
yeah, the seed of rebellion.
The unrated.
Yeah, the unrated.
Fighting for freedom and truth.
It's already way more intense than any vacation I've ever been on.
Right.
But I have to ask, like,
Yeah.
how does all of this,
Connect to our world.
yeah, is Concordia just this, like,
Cautionary tale.
yeah, or is there something deeper here?
I think there's something much deeper.
You do.
Because, while Concordia might be fictional,
Yeah.
the mechanisms of social control
Right.
that Gorbatenko describes are
They're kind of familiar.
eerily familiar.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah. How is technology already being used
Right.
to track our movements,
Mm-hmm.
monitor our online activity,
Yeah.
influence our choices?
I mean, we've all heard about those social media algorithms that seem to know us better than we know ourselves.
Right.
It's kind of creepy.
It is, and it's like those algorithms might seem harmless on the surface,
Yeah.
but they raise these really important questions
About what?
about the power of technology
Okay.
to shape our thoughts,
Yeah.
our beliefs,
Yeah.
our behaviors.
Like, how much of our free will is actually being influenced
by these forces we don't even see.
It's kind of scary when you think about it.
It is a little bit, yeah.
This is making me rethink my whole relationship with technology. It's like,
Yeah.
that say, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product.
Exactly. And in Concordia,
Yeah.
the product is conformity.
Wow.
Gorbatenko is using this fictional world.
To explore the dangers
Yeah.
of unchecked social engineering
Yeah.
and information manipulation.
Like he's giving us a warning.
He's saying, even seemingly benevolent technologies
Yeah.
can be used
It's bad.
for less than noble purposes.
Right, for controlling people.
Exactly.
So just to wrap up what we've talked about so far,
Yeah.
we've got the SHI system.
Yeah.
We've got these omnipresent Smiths,
Right.
this illusion of perfection that's hiding this darker reality.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the unrated.
Yeah.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is a lot. And in the next part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
we're going to delve even further into the unrated.
Okay, so we're going to talk about,
Their tactics, their motivations,
Okay.
the challenges they face,
Yeah.
and what their struggle can teach us
Okay.
about critical thinking
Yeah.
and resistance in our own world.
this is getting good. I'm hooked.
Me too.
Sounds like we're just scratching the surface of this.
This manufactured utopia.
So much more to explore.
Can't wait to dive deeper.
Let's do it. So the unrated,
Yeah.
trying to live off the grid
Right?
in this world where,
And Concordia.
yeah, where every move
It's
is,
tracked.
Yeah.
It can't be easy.
no, it's got to be incredibly difficult.
Like, how do they...
How do they even function?
Yeah.
When just thinking the wrong thing
Right.
is considered a crime.
Yeah.
How do they communicate? It
Connived.
seems almost impossible.
Yeah, it really does.
It's like trying to
Trying to what?
operate in secret.
Yeah.
In broad daylight.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But Gorbatenko suggests
What does he say?
that they've found ways
To do what?
to use technology
Okay.
to their advantage.
Oh, interesting.
Like covert communication,
Like what?
encrypted messages,
Hmm?
hidden networks,
Hmm.
maybe even hacking
Whoa, hacking into the system.
into the very system
Oh.
that's designed to control them. That's pretty brilliant.
It is. It's kind of like
What?
fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, using the system's tools against itself.
Exactly.
It makes me think about
Yeah.
real-life activists
Right.
who
When they-
use social media
Yeah.
to organize protests and stuff.
Even in countries
Even in countries
where
where,
it's dangerous.
yeah, where there's a lot of censorship. Right?
Exactly. So it's like
Gorbatenko might
what's
be
taking inspiration
drawing
from
from those real-world examples.
Yeah, and it highlights something really important.
What's that?
This battle for freedom.
Yeah,
It's not just in novels.
it's happening now
It's happening all around us,
in the real world.
both online and offline.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is.
So the unrated are using technology,
Yeah.
but what about their message?
Their message.
Yeah, what are they actually trying to do?
At their core,
Yeah.
they want to wake people up.
Wake up to what?
The reality of their situation. To show them that the perfection
Right.
is an illusion.
Yeah, it's all fake.
Yeah. Carefully constructed.
To keep them controlled.
Yeah, complacent.
Exactly.
So it's not just about escaping Concordia. It's
It's about dismantling it.
From the inside.
Yeah, like a virus.
Exposing the truth.
And
hoping that people will
join them.
Wow, it's a big mission.
It is.
It really makes you think.
It does. And it raises a question for our listeners.
What's that?
If you were living in Concordia,
okay,
would you be willing to risk it all?
To fight back?
Yeah, to fight for freedom.
Even if it meant
challenging
everything you know.
The very foundation of your world.
Or would you choose the comfort?
The security of conformity?
Yeah, even if it meant giving up.
Your individuality.
That's a really tough question.
It is. It's a question that the Unrated face every single day.
It makes you really appreciate their courage.
They're convicted. They're not just fighting for themselves.
No.
They're fighting for
everyone.
For a better world.
And speaking of the Unrated,
yeah,
their name itself.
Yeah, Unrated.
It's really significant by calling themselves, they're rejecting.
What are they rejecting?
The whole idea of being measured.
By the SHI.
Yeah, judged by that system.
They're saying,
we're not going to play your game.
We define ourselves.
Exactly.
That's like a big screw you.
It is. It's a powerful statement.
To this system.
Especially in Concordia.
Where your score is everything.
Yeah, it determines your worth.
It's like they're saying,
you can track my movements.
You can watch what I buy.
But you can't control my mind.
Yeah, you can't control my spirit.
And that refusal, defined by that, that's rebellion.
It's a quiet rebellion.
But it's powerful.
It is. It is.
It's a reminder that true freedom lies in embracing our individuality.
Living authentic.
Even when it's hard.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we have this group operating in secret.
Using technology.
Using their message.
Of freedom and truth.
It's like something out of a movie.
A cyberpunk thriller.
Yeah, exactly.
But does Gorbatenko tell us?
If they succeed?
Yeah, are they making a difference?
That's where he leaves us hanging.
Really?
He doesn't explicitly say.
So it's a cliffhanger.
Kind of, yeah.
So we don't know if
they win or lose.
He leaves it up to us.
To decide.
I think that's really interesting.
It is. It's deliberate.
Why do you think that?
He's not just telling a story.
Yeah.
He's making us think.
About what?
About the complexities
of what?
Of resistance.
Okay.
The challenges.
Yeah.
Of fighting for freedom in a world that's increasingly by technology and data. It's like he's saying.
What's he saying?
Here's the situation.
Here are the players.
Now you decide what happens next.
That's really engaging.
It forces you to think critically.
About the choices we make.
Yeah, both individually and as a society.
And it brings us back to that question.
About Concordia and how it connects to our world. Oh. We might not have patrolling the streets.
Yeah, not yet at least.
Right. But we are facing... What are we facing? Increasingly sophisticated forms.
Of what?
Of surveillance.
Okay.
Data collection.
That's true. I mean...
Think about all the data we generate.
Every day.
Using our phones.
Browsing the internet.
Social media.
It's a lot.
It is. And all of that data is being collected.
Oh, yeah.
Analyzed to influence our choices.
It's kind of like...
In Concordia, just not as...
Extreme.
Overt.
Yeah. Yet.
Right.
So, are we headed towards becoming another Concordia?
It's a possibility.
It's a scary thought.
It is.
So how do we
avoid that?
Yeah, how do we resist this control?
How do we protect our freedom?
In this digital world?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It's easy to be fooled, right?
It is. Yeah. Concordia.
Yeah.
It seems like paradise.
With those shiny towers?
Right. At first glance.
But you don't realize it's all a facade.
Yeah, it's like they're hiding.
A much darker reality.
Yeah, it's a good reminder.
To not take things at face value.
To think critically.
Question what we're told.
Yeah, and to really look deeper. Yeah, for the truth. Like we need...
What do we need?
Like a BS detector.
For the digital age.
Yeah, because there's just
so much information.
It's overwhelming.
It's easy to get lost.
And that's where
the Unrated.
Yeah, they come in.
They're like
that spark
fucking
of resistance.
They're not afraid
to challenge,
to fight to truth,
even when it's dangerous.
It's pretty inspiring.
It is.
Makes you wonder.
What does it make you wonder?
What would it take for us
to do the same?
To stand up.
To fight for what we believe in.
Even if it meant
risking everything.
Our comfort.
Yes.
Or our reputation.
It's a tough question.
It is. There are no easy answers.
But Concordia shows us.
What does it show us?
That we always have a choice.
To conform.
Or to resist.
To accept things.
Or to fight for something better.
And it doesn't have to be.
What does it?
Like some big dramatic thing.
Right.
Resistance can be.
You can be quiet.
Like what?
Questioning the information you see.
Okay.
Supporting organizations.
Then you're doing good work.
Fighting for justice.
Yeah, for freedom.
Yeah.
Every little bit counts.
Yeah, like those small acts.
They add up.
They can make a difference.
Create cracks in the system.
So it's about being informed.
Engaged.
Knowing that we have a voice.
And using it.
To speak out.
Against injustice.
For what we believe in.
Yeah, and it's important to remember.
What's important?
We're not alone.
There are others out there.
Who feel the same way.
Who are fighting the good fight.
And by working together.
We can make a bigger impact.
Yeah, the unrated.
They might be fictional.
But they represent something real.
That desire for freedom.
For authenticity.
For meaning.
And that's something
that no system can crush.
Yeah, that's what makes
Gorbatenko's story
so powerful.
It's not just entertainment.
It's a call to action.
A reminder
that we have the power
to shape the future.
To make sure technology
serves us.
Not the other way around.
Exactly.
So as we leave Concordia behind.
And come back to our own world.
Yeah.
The challenge is to keep that spirit alive.
To be vigilant.
Informed.
To fight for a better future.
And remember,
the
fight doesn't have to be all doom and gloom.
It can be fun.
Like the unrated.
Yeah.
Little bit of mischief.
We can challenge the system.
And have a laugh doing it.
Finding joy in the struggle.
Knowing that we're part of something bigger.
That's a great point.
It is. It's about hope.
And maybe that's the biggest lesson.
From the unrated.
Even when it seems like everything's controlled.
The human spirit.
It can't be broken.
It finds a way.
Well, that's our deep dive
to Concordia.
We hope you enjoyed it.
And that it got you thinking.
About the world around us.
And your place in it.
We hope it's inspired you.
To be a little more underrated.
In your own life.
Thanks for joining us.
And remember.
Stay engaged.
And keep questioning.
Everything.
Until next time.
Keep diving deep.
See you later.